Okay, so in this video I'm going to look at some of the problems that you will see on that review worksheet just to remind you how to do some of these different types of problems. So in the first section we're asked to do a lot of graphing. So let's review how to graph if we have something in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Now let's skip down to number 4. Now one of the things I want you to do is change number 4 on that worksheet to be plus. It'll help you be able to graph this a little easier. So let's look at this. So first off, we always start when it's in slope-intercept form. We always start with what your y-intercept is. Your y-intercept is -5. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and mark where it crosses, where the line will cross the y-axis. That's a point. Now my slope tells me to find any other point. I'm going to follow that pattern of my rise over run. I'm going to go up 7 units and to the right 5. When your slope is positive, like we changed this one to be, you're always going to go up, and we always go to the right. If your slope is negative, if we had kept this a -7/5, we'd have to go down 7 and to the right 5, and if you notice that would not fit on your graph. Then you'd have to go backwards, which just gets more confusing, so that's why for the time being we changed this to be a +7/5. So that means that from my y-intercept I'm going to rise up 7 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go to the right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect these with the line, and you have your graph. So when you have it in slope-intercept form, you start with the y-intercept and then use your slope to find another point to be able to graph it. When it's in standard form, you're going to find your x-intercept and your y-intercept first, and then plot those points and connect them. So standard form, remember, is in the form ax plus by equals c. So when we go to try to find the x-intercept, that's where we cover up the y. And when you do that, well, -2 divided by 2 is -1. So that means my x-intercept is at -1, which is right here. Now to find the y-intercept, we cover up the x, because that's the y-intercept is where x equals 0, so that's why we cover up the x. Well, the y-intercept is not at -2 because it says -y equals -2. So if I multiply both sides by negative to make that y positive, now we get a +2. So my y-intercept is at a +2. So mark where that crosses the y-axis and connect those with a straight line. Okay, so that's how you come up with the graph when you're given an equation. In your next section, they give you a graph, like here in number 9, they give you the graph, and we need to come up with the equation of a line that would suit that graph. Now, if possible, whenever possible, since we want to write this in slope-intercept form, if possible, we want to be able to find out what the y-intercept is. In all of these, it works out nicely where they give us the y-intercept. Now, if they had not given us the y-intercept, where the line intersected the grid at a perfect integer there, we don't want to guess what the y-intercept is. In that case, we'd have to use the point slope form, which we're going to do for number 15 on the last page of your worksheet. But for these, for 9 through 12, it works out nicely where we can just find where the y-intercept is. So the y-intercept for this is 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's a -4. Now to find the slope, we're going to pick another point on the line. Now they didn't give you these points. I marked these on here for us. But you can see that this graph intersects our grid at these 2 spots. So you can use any of those to find the slope. So we're going to go rise up 3 units, and we're going to go over 1 unit. So that means our slope is 3. So to put this in slope-intercept form, it'd be y equals 3x plus -4, or a better way to write it is just -4. So y equals 3x minus 4 gives me the equation of that line. That's how you're going to do 9 through 12. When you get to number 15, for that one, they give us a point and they give us a slope, but for that, we need to first put it into point-slope form and then simplify it to be in slope-intercept form. So let's review how to do that. So it's going to be y minus your y1, which becomes y plus 2, since it's y minus a -2, equals your slope, which is 4, times x minus a -1, which becomes x plus 1. Distribute the 4 through, so we want to simplify this. So we get 4x plus 4, subtract 2 from both sides, and I get y equals 4x plus 2. So again, we got it to be in slope-intercept form by starting out in point-slope form and simplifying it. And in fact, that whole back page, that whole last page, you're going to do this same process. So there's a section there where they give us 2 points. So remember, if they give you 2 points, you start by finding the slope. Pick one of those points, put them in point-slope form, and then do the work that we just did to get it in slope-intercept form. Or the last 2 problems, they say, like for number 23, it goes through the point 1, -5, and it's parallel to this equation, y equals -10x minus 4. So to do a problem like this, what you're going to do is you're going to use this piece to find the slope. Because remember, if 2 lines are parallel to each other, that means they have the same slope. So that means the line that goes through 1, -5 has a slope of -10. Once I use that to find the slope, I'm done with that other equation. I don't use anything else from it. So now it's just like number 15, where we know our slope and we know our point. So we start out by putting it into point-slope form and rewrite it to be in slope-intercept form. So hopefully that'll help you work on this review, but make sure that you know how to do all these problems, because this is what you're going to need to know for your next quiz. So good luck.